Hey everybody, Mr. Movies87 here. Welcome to our 100 subscribers special. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who have subscribed so far. We had a big boost in subs just a couple days ago, and I was hoping that we would be able to reach 100 before the end of the year. At first, I didn't think we would, to be totally honest, but I'm super glad we did. And I'm hoping this can be the first of many milestones that our channel, well, the channel, will achieve as we go along. So for today's special, I want to do something a little bit different. Normally, I would just play some sort of random game for the special and just go from there. But today, as you guys probably saw by the video title, we're going to take a look back at my life. This is going to be the man behind the channel. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a while, actually. I've shared details of my life, like here and there throughout my videos, but not really like the full story. So that's what this video is here for. So, first and foremost, those who might not know full name, might as well start off with that. Zachary Charles Rhodes. It's my dad's middle name and also my granddad's middle name. Born January 16th, 1990, in Mount Pleasant, PA, in Frick Hospital. Pretty much spent most of my life growing up in Mount Pleasant. We moved a lot throughout our times growing up. Me, my brother and sister, and I, and our parents. We'd actually first, I was born in Mount Pleasant, yes, but for a little while, I actually lived over way on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. No one will probably know the name of this place. It's a place called Dingman's Ferry. Our grandparents actually owned a farm over that way, and we lived on growing up for a little while. And my dad worked over in New Jersey. Luckily, it was a decently long-ish drive, I recall, but it was a pretty easy one just because it was close to each other anyway. We were there, I think, about a year or so until we moved back to Mount Pleasant. And then we'd moved, geez, how many times? Three or four times to different houses. We lived on our town's main street for a while, at one part of Main Street. And then as we got older, we moved way across town, pretty much the other side of town, really, on Bridgeport Street, where most of our times were spent there. We lived across a little place called Patoka's. I think it was a manufacturing company. I forget. It's still there to this day. Um, because it's a manufacturing company of some sort. Also close by to on Willows Park. When we were kids, we were there pretty much like damn near every single day because we were involved in so many activities growing up. All three of us played sports. Our main thing was soccer for a while. My brother and I had both played for many a year. We started in U6, which is under six, or six and under, really, I should say. And then went up from U8 to U10, U12, U14. And it worked out so well for us because we were so close to the park. We could walk down there whenever we wanted. There were two soccer fields there. The smaller field for, of course, the U8 and the U10 kids, and then the larger field for the U12 and U14 kids. We also had the concession stand there where our mom worked. We had a tab going there for a while, so we was just essentially get food for free whenever we were there, which was really cool. And yeah, there's always a creek down there where kids would play around and go fishing. Not that there wasn't really much fish there, but I mean there were like minnows and other random stuff like that, so it was fun to do regardless. Um, Multiple playgrounds there, plenty of pavilions, a couple of baseball fields there too. Well, as of recently when I was down there a few months ago, it's still largely the same. They added a little new kickball field there too, actually, where one playground used to be. Some of the stuff is still there, but yeah, they took out a little bit of it too to make room for the kickball field there. There's also a real nice batting cage set up there too. And I'm just looking back on there now. I even had my graduation party there too. Right after high school, there all my friends and family were there. Had a good old fun time with that. I even gave a little speech just just because I was egged on to do it. And then, of course, got the usual cake in the face afterwards. That was hella fun there. But yeah, not only that, we also did play baseball good bit there too. I mentioned the baseball fields there. That was Yeah, my brother played that a lot, as did I. I only played for a few years, I will say though. Soccer was more my main thing growing up. I played that for like, a lot more years. But yeah, we moved multiple times. There also, um, after we moved from our house on Bridgeport Street, actually just further up the street, a new house became available up there, which was perfect because I mean our family was getting bigger. We needed a bigger place anyway, and that one opened up there. It was right across the street from Willow's Park, or even closer than the previous house there. And yeah, it was a lot bigger upgrade. Real nice living room, kitchen, dining room, nice little back room there, leading outside, little like back stone patio there. Decently sized backyard and a pool. I love our pool. I miss it so much. I had many a pool party in that thing back then. Excuse me. There's a time too. I had a few friends over just for the hell of it, and it was a really cold, dreary day, like maybe 40s or 50s ish, and it was just really, really dreary and ugly. And we still went swimming. I have no idea why we did, but we did. It's just we were out there for at least a solid hour. We had a basketball hoop set up there too, just messing around. I have no idea why we did that, but we did, and it was great. It was an amazing time there. There are just tons of great memories from that house in particular. There, got our first dog there, Mars, when I was I think about 8 or 10 years old. No, I don't think I don't think it was 8. Um, yeah, I think 10 or 11 years old we got him. We had him for many years, which was fantastic. That was our first dog there. Plenty of place for him to run around. I just run around the pool and our even further backyards. We had you go outside to our back place there. He had the stone patio there first, and then the back we had like a little mini playground there of sorts, just like a little like jungle gym ish. And then the pool was right there too, and then a fence behind that, and then more backyard beyond there. And then it would go slightly uphill, and then like more so uphill as it got further back, and which where we had parked our cars for our mom and dad. And then my friend Zach, his dad actually lived right behind our place too, so I would go up to his place just damn near every day there too, growing up. And then from there, as we got older, sister and brother and I all went off to college after a while. Though when I was still in high school, it was just my dad and I for a while actually. So that was that's when I kind of wish I would have started recording there because I had a computer that was capable of doing so, but it wasn't the best. You guys might even remember years and years back when I first started my channel. I uploaded a video of Pokemon Crystal, just a few random battles there on that computer, and it was pretty bad. The quality itself was fine, but I think there was a lot of lag on that. It wasn't until I got my own personal computer that I was able to really start recording there. But yeah, my dad moved to a smaller place because it was just him anyway, just a nice smaller townhouse there. He's still living there today too, and it's a really nice place too. It's 2 floors, nice living room, kitchen slash dining room there, a bathroom and 2 bedrooms, plenty of closet space, his own little patio back there. It's a nice little place. Definitely will say that. Excuse me. So that's personal living life there. Crassus and Pompey are going at it again, even though they just played Crazy Chase earlier. Can you guys just not? Crassus, go lay down. These two, I tell you what. Speaking of dogs, the picture here I'm using, by the way, completely irrelevant to the video, really, besides, well, a dog. I just found it amusing. I wanted to use that, so I just went with it. So there we go. But yeah, let's go on to like school life there. Before I actually started elementary school, I went to a different school beforehand just for a year, and then elementary school, and then beyond there. Speech classes aplenty because, yeah, speech trouble still a little bit back then. Whatever, yeah. um, yeah, I met my two of my best friends. He still are my best friends to this day. Billy and Garth. You called him Billy back then, but he's sort of into Bill nowadays. I think the two of them actually knew each other. I think a year before I met them, because I think they were in the same elementary school class or kindergarten class, and I didn't see them until I think my first grade year along with them. And we've been friends ever since. I haven't talked to them for a while, unfortunately, but thankfully, with the advent of social media, it's extremely easy to do so. Just a quick phone call or a text or a tweet, Facebook, what have you. So, super easy to keep in touch there. And yes, growing up, had many a party in my place too. I mean, of course, made more friends along the way. And pretty much every year, I would have like a New Year's party, my birthday party, which would worked out because they were so close to each other. New Year's Day, obviously January 1st, and then my birthday January 16th. So it worked out really, really well there. Yeah, those two. Um, and then like pool parties throughout the summer. I had multiples of those when the weather was nice. And then Halloween party, which was super fun as well. I had those were going on for a good few years, I think. Excuse me. There was one time I remember we were a few people over. We were watching Saw 2, and we were just getting into it. And a few other friends were like, "We're gonna go out. Like, we don't feel like watching this or whatever." Or I forget what they said exactly, but we're gonna just go out and just get some Wendy's, and then we'll just be back later. And we were like, "Okay, that's fine, cool." And then we were like, "You know what? We want to go too." So we kind of just followed them, and it turned into this whole grand adventure of driving around half of Mount Pleasant for like half the freaking night. And then we eventually got home and just wound down and watched the movie and enjoyed Wendy's. It was a pretty great time. Yeah, I miss those parties back then, especially the pool parties. That pool was so great. It was fun too. Um, Once we got it opened up for a new summer, we have like a little bit of water in there to kind of like help it clean out or whatever. Or as we were filling it up too, and we'd be like ankle deep. So what my brother and I would do, we would actually kind of come up with our own like pseudo blitz ball of sorts. We just like to take a little like a little blue or green rubber ball, whatever we had, and just kind of fate swim around like they did in Final Fantasy X, and just random shit we did back then. It was so much fun. Um, what else should I go over? There's a lot there as of right now, but there's even more still too. Of course, like moving on to like past high school, first few jobs. Is I didn't really I didn't really have a part-time job or anything in high school like a lot of other kids do. I mean, I definitely could have if I wanted to. I just didn't really feel the need to. I guess really. Man, yeah, of course, some people do, some people don't. So to each their own, really, on that one. But yeah, later on, yeah, down my one of my first jobs was when I was in college at the our school's cafeteria there. It's pretty much working our school's deli and salad bar, and all that fun stuff there. I usually would just do both by myself because it was a work study thing, so it'd only be like a few hours a day anyway. So yeah, my usual shifts were from like 4 to 8 or whatever, or like 5 to 9, something like that. And it was generally really wasn't that busy. The main entree line, like the like hot foods and whatever, they were a lot busier than my stuff was. I would still be busy here and there, but I mean it was really easy too because the pizzas there they were already like freshly made beforehand. They were just put in a cooler, so then I would just put them in the oven. And it was just a super easy oven. Just put it in one side. It had a conveyor belt on it. It would cook by itself in no time, and I would just pull out and slice it and then serve it up. Simple as that. And then the salad bar there too, general stuff, salads, sandwiches, blah blah blah. It was cool though, good for first job there. And then moved on to Shop and Save, where I spent most of my later years there. I say later years, wow. Yeah, I spent a total of like 3 years there in total. Yeah, I started there May 2011 when it was still Foodland. It was a few weeks later converted to a Shop and Save. It was bought by a new owner. So yeah, Foodland. It's an East Coast store, by the way. If you haven't heard of it, well, Foodland slash Shop and Save, but same thing really. But yeah, I put a solid 2 years in there before, which was really good because I was able to have like my own money, which was awesome. I mean, the first job, of course, was too. But I mean, that job led me to buying a lot of stuff. I mean, I was able to buy my first laptop with that with my tax refund, my Hauppauge HD PVR, my Vita, my 3DS, among other things, and of course, plenty of games there as well. Need some water here, real quick. All this rambling I'm doing, my throat's getting dry here. But yeah, with my Vita, my mom, brother, and I were there on Black Friday. This would have been 2013, I believe. Yeah. And there was a deal there. I was in GameStop. It was a PS Vita, a 4 gig memory stick, and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation for just $200, I believe it was. Or was it 250? No, I think it was 200 actually. Oh, no. Pompey just ill. He's doing his business inside, unfortunately. Yeah. I'll take care of it here in a second. Never you mind. But anyway, yeah, they're all down Black Friday there. And also, apparently, one of the elevators in the Sears caught fire, and there's a lot of smoke damage to like every single like piece of clothing in there. So it was closed for, of course, the entire day. Oh my god, I'm sorry. And I'll cut the video here in a little bit. Try not to die over here. And then I moved to State College after that. Worked at Wise Markets overnight stock, pretty standard stuff there. Brian was working for the school. We were up there for about a year. Although I miss being up there too because the food places up there were fantastic. They had what was called Order Up, their like food delivery program. So pretty much any restaurant in the area would deliver to you. So would get stuff like Wings Over, which was like the awesome awesome chicken wing place there, and rib place as well. Prospectors, which was my favorite place ever, just because they serve amazing barbecue. And of course the standards like Papa John's and Domino's and Pizza Hut, all the good stuff there too. And after a while, moved back home. Went back to Shop and Save even for another year. Crazily enough, I was in the cash office for a while. I really hadn't done it before my first time through there. They wanted me to do so, but I was really uncomfortable with it. Although once I started doing it, it was actually pretty damn easy. A lot of busy work, really, but besides that, just a lot of little things to do during the day. There'd be so many times that I would be so bored. So what I actually did in the last couple months I was there before I left, before like moving out to California, I downloaded a Game Boy Advance emulator on the computer we had back there and a copy of Pokemon Blue. No, was it Blue? No, no, it was I think it was Pokemon Crystal actually. I beat the entire game through whenever I could play it. Of course, I had to deal with customers and all that, but whenever there's no one there, or just later at night, I would play that for a while. And I think one of my last days there, I think my second to last actually, I beat it. I put in a code for some rare candies just so I wouldn't have to do any leveling, and fought Red at level like I think 55 or 60 or whatever, and it was actually a fairly hard battle for once. The damn Snorlax tanked me. It was super annoying, but whatever. But yeah, I made a lot of great friends there, and they loved me there too. I mean, I was always very polite when I was there. Always a hard worker, always on time, willing to take other people's shifts and just fill in as needed, do whatever's asked of me. And the customers there, a lot of them were really nice people, but of course, like all retail places, you'll have your assholes there. It's just how it is. It's like that everywhere you go. So it is what it is there. And then yeah, after that, I was there for about a year again, and then moved out here in July. Just been hanging out here watching these two dopes, which has been awesome. They've acclimated pretty damn well. They play their crazy chase in the morning, and then go from there. Yeah, they'll play for a while in the morning, and then they'll get some water, and then they're pretty much down the entire day, really just napping. It's what they do. They're dogs. So, alright, so there's that. Yeah, again, I apologize for that little coughing fit earlier. You can blame Pompey on that one. Thanks, Pompey. What a dope. He reminds me of my first dog, actually. He looks a lot like him. He really does. Oh, Pompey. He's just sitting there with his tongue hanging out like, yeah. His big, fat, wide tongue like a dope. Okay, so there's that, guys. Yeah, I've been going on for, holy crap, 18 and a half minutes there. So yeah, that's a look back at my life there. Speaking of which, one thing also to mention, I'll be turning 26 in a month and 2 days. I'm not sure how that happened. But one thing I'll mention here too is for my birthday, I have a little special plan for that. One of my favorite movies ever, 101 Dalmatians, actually came out. I think I forget the exact date. January 7th or 8th, somewhere around there. In 19, I forget the year too. I should have known this. I looked it up earlier, and when it came out in the 60s, I believe. So it'll be near its anniversary here soon. So what I might do for my birthday is do a little special on that. Just talk about the movie and just go from there, just for a fun little video there. Alright, so that takes care of that, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed a little look back in my life here. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a while anyway, so I'm glad I had the chance to do so. And with that, this has been Mr. Movies 87 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.